Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Real Estate Investing with Alex Deacon. My name is Adam, and I am here with the Deacon of Real Estate, Alex Deacon.
What's going on, Adam, the Prince of Podcasts. How are you today, pal?
The Clown Prince of Podcasting. I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
I'm doing all right. So it's a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big anniversary in the world of wrestling, but that's not why we're here. We're here for real estate.
Yeah, we're here to learn and earn, baby.
We're learn and earn. While we learn and earn and burn,
and churn
and do all the churn and then turn
and turn
and then say I'm out of.
Me too.
Man,
burned.
Normally we can go back and forth for a while.
Earn.
Burn.
No, we could go. I could go earn, like an urn where you put ashes in.
Right.
But you wouldn't know that because earn and earn sound the same.
Correct. We're talking URN versus EARN.
Yeah, so maybe we'll just drop that. But if we think of if any of our listeners think of another word that rhymes with turn or burn, maybe send me an email.
I'd love for that.
Deacon.com.
I would love for somebody to reach out to us about that.
There's probably about 1,000. We just can't think of
social media, baby. Hit us up on there. You guys know where to find us. And that's where I'm going to get to real quick. Cheap plugs. Website, dhrea.com, PittsburghPropertyManagement.com for MACE Property Management. Social media, look for Deacon Hoover, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. We're all over the place right now. Meetup, Alex Deacon's real estate investing group is on there, and also his Pittsburgh landlord group is on there. So make sure you're checking both of those out. Both groups are getting enormously large right now. Your landlord group's almost at 200 people.
I gotta tell you, I'm as you can see, I'm a squirrel.
Right.
Okay, so I just Googled words that rhyme with turn. 317 results.
Oh wow.
Fern.
Come
on, man. Learn. Oh, we did learn already. Yearn.
Yearn is a good one. Stern.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And there's a lot of different sterns.
Kern.
Thurn.
I don't even know what some of these are. I hope we're not insulting you, but
we're
just tossing words.
Heartburn.
Heartburn, yeah.
There you go, brother.
I live with heartburn. I should have picked that
Discern. Concern. Adjourn.
Ooh.
All right, so I have no idea how this is going to help anybody in real estate.
Yeah, well, you know what? At least hopefully people are laughing. Right
maybe
now.
if somebody who's a real estate entrepreneur / rapper,
there we go.
This could help.
Vanilla Ice.
Nothing would help Vanilla Ice.
He's a big time investor, real estate investor.
Well, so his TV show says he might lose money on every project.
Oh, Rob Van Winkle. All right, so but also if you need to get hold of Alex, it's alex@alexdeacon.com, or you can find him on Facebook. And that should be just about it. And if you're listening to this, you know where to find us podcasting wise. But search for not only Real Estate Investing with Alex Deacon, Alex Deacon's Property Management Series, and the Realtor Nation featuring Ian Hoover. Search for all those on your favorite podcasting app, and you will find us. So, Alex, today we are going to talk about flipping houses and should I hire my own general contractor?
That's very true. And what we're going to do today is we're going to discern a way to help you earn more money versus I'm not
versus the days when you yearned to have more money. Yes.
I'm as far from a rapper as I could possibly be. let's stay on point. Okay. I forget what the topic is. We're
hiring your own general contractor.
I'm still yearning to rhyme, and
we'll get you there. We're going to have you rap before the end.
Should I hire a general contractor or serve as my own? That's okay. This is. I mean, you could use this topic for even being a landlord because you have rental turnovers, and rental turnovers. You might have kitchens and plumbing and electrical and furnace work, and you're going to hire different people for all of those items. So, when you're doing a flip, one of the big questions is, do you do it yourself? And not I'm saying doing all the work yourself, but do you go out, interview, hire, get estimates, and do that all on your own, or do you hire one person who has the experience and has the contacts with all these tradesmen or these laborers and can basically just give you one price? So that's why you would call a general contractor. You would call the general contract, ABC General Contract, and you talk to Bob there. Bob says, yeah, sure, I'll come out and give you an estimate on doing the entire work. So Bob would give you an estimate on doing the landscaping, the plumbing work, the HVAC work, the electrical work, the drywall work, the painting, the flooring, the kitchen cabinets, the granite countertops, the ceramic tile around the bathtub, everything, materials and labor. He gives you one big price, scope of work, you get an estimate from him, you decide whether you're going to go with him or not. So there are many red flags that you need to look for when hiring general contractors. It's not always about the price, it's about many other things, right?
One would be, I guess, who he or she probably uses on their team, correct?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, how many horror stories you could go online and just look for general contractor horror stories?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I see it all the time. You give the guy or gal $5,000 and they never start the job and they take off. So that's a whole different podcast on that. So one thing I could say, though, when you hire a general contractor, anybody, don't give them a whole lot of money down. Give them just enough to get started. So if it's a $10,000 job and they're asking for $5,000 down, no. You get $1,000 this week. Let me see what you get done this week, and then I'll give you another $1,000 next week, or 2 or 3 next week, because they're kind of legit. Right. You give them $5,000, and then they just go and finish the 6 other jobs that they've been farting around with, and they have $5,000 of your money. Or sometimes they just take off. I've seen it happen with way more money than that too. So that's one way you can protect yourself. Like, say you made the bad choice, you made the wrong choice on the general contract. Well, at least you only gave that guy $1,000, or maybe you gave that contractor $1,000, and then 2 and 3 and 5, and now you're into them for $8,000 or $9,000, and they kind of turn bad on you. Mm-hmm. They just start not showing up. Well, at least you've inspected their work and you've gone there. Don't just do this out of the blue. Don't not inspect their work. Right. You have to go make sure it's done. But at least some of the work was done because you did periodic inspections. So if they skip town, at least you got maybe $5,000 worth of the $8,000 that you gave them. Okay? So there are ways to
minimize damage.
Yes, exactly. You're mitigating risk. Okay. So do you want to do that? Do you want to hire that general contractor? I tell you, if you can find a good one and they understand that you need to make money because it's a flip and they need to make money, you have to understand that too. The general guy who's doing a flip, sometimes it irritates me to no extent because they just expect these general contractors and these contractors to do work for free. Man, they got bills to pay. They got to put gas in the van. They got to go pick up the materials. They got to make money. They got to pay their bills. I mean, you can't expect someone to work for $10 an hour. No, even $20 an hour today is nothing.
It's got to be a win-win on both sides.
Yeah. So, it's so that before you buy that flip, and this is another podcast again, you need to know your numbers. Because if you're coming in with $20 an hour general contractor numbers, when the shit hits the fan, because I couldn't find something that rhymes with turn on that. When it hits the fan, and you use $20 an hour numbers when you should have been using $40 an hour numbers, there goes your profit, right? And the quality of work and all that. So, do you want to hire a good general contractor? That's where I would suggest, unless, of course, you have some experience as a contractor and you have some network of people that you can trust and you know what you're doing a little bit. If you don't know what you're doing and this is your first one, maybe try it on your own, but just take it slow and don't rush it, and we'll learn. This is your first flip. Make it not just a profit center, like now money, but make it that information learning experience, which is going to make you money down the road. That learning experience is way more valuable than making a few thousand on this flip. What you learn there is way more valuable than the one job, the one flip. So if you're going to do it on your own, I would say take it slow, and you're treating that flip like your baby. You wouldn't leave your baby alone in a room for 10 minutes, which would, kitchen utensils. Mm-hmm. You can't leave that contractor at that job site for a few days without inspecting it. So you're going to have to micromanage the crap out of those folks that are working for you. But then if you don't want to do it yourself, now you're just going to be interviewing and managing and interviewing general contractors and then managing that general contractor. So you're just going to manage one person who's managing those 10 subcontractors versus managing 10 subcontractors. The key, as always, is to put that team together and hire slow and fire quick. Which I have a tendency to hire quick because I'm impatient, and then I fire slow. And that's the opposite. That's not the way you should be. You should be hire slow, take your time, make sure you're making the right decision, and then fire quickly. We're not doing their job, they're not meeting your expectations, and they're not following through with their promises. Get rid of them. I don't know what else we can cover. Should I hire a general contractor or service my own? I think you need to ask that question yourself, and I think you probably need to do your first flip and maybe try it on your own,
Just
or do this, or hire a really good general contractor that's going to charge you for it and learn from them. Okay, so maybe you're planning on making $20,000 on this flip, and you're only going to make $8,000. But what you learned from watching that general contractor who really knows what they're doing was being valuable. Okay, and then maybe that general contractor is one you want to hold on to. Okay, so my margin is only going to be, instead of $20,000 on this, it's going to be $8,000 on this flip. But the next deal, I learned a little bit. This general contractor likes me. He knows I pay him. He's going to maybe reduce his rates a little bit. And now on the next deal, I'm going to make $12,000. And then you do another one with him. And on that one, maybe you're buying all the materials, or maybe you're finding another way to save money. And that general contractor's happy because he's getting paid and he's getting continuous work. And now you're going to make $14,000 on that flip versus $20,000. But that $14,000 you can do 2 or 3 or 4 flips now because you have a good GC you can trust and you have a good rapport with them. So would you rather do 4 deals a year and make $20,000 a deal, and that's $80,000, and spend a lot of your time, or would you rather do 12 deals a year at $14,000 a deal, which is way more than $80,000? Would you rather do that and spend the same amount of time? It's called leverage, right? It's called leveraging your time. There's no right or wrong. There is no, should I do this? Or no, you should do what you feel comfortable with. You can make a lot of money doing all the work yourself and not even hiring anybody. But that's not realistic for some people. You can be the general contractor yourself and hire everybody, but that takes time, and that's not realistic for all situations. You can hire a GC and go that route, or sometimes you can partner up with a GC. So you partner up with this person, so they're doing the rehab at cost, and then you guys split the profits. So they have some incentive, right? They have some money into it. They have incentive to get it done quicker. Different ways to put a deal together and for everybody to make money. So do I hire one? Do I serve with my own? That's up to you. But some of this stuff that we talked about should help.
Yeah. Typically, you would. I mean, it seems like, and everyone is different. Everyone's workload is different. Everyone's mindset is different. But it does seem like more often than not, you're probably hiring a general contractor. Yay, nay.
I think
kind of 50-50. It's up in the air.
Yeah, I don't know the percentages of more often than not like that, but it doesn't matter how you do it. I know you can make money either way, but in the long run, the only way to be highly successful is leverage.
Yes.
So you're gonna at some point have to hire a general contractor, or if you've done all this by yourself for the longest time, maybe you're hiring somebody like on your payroll. Mm-hmm. Like you have enough business now where you actually have like a general manager who's managing all these guys, right? And is that probably less expensive than hiring a GC? Yeah, because you're paying them a salary type of thing. But then again, you have to keep them busy too. So if it gets slow, you still got to keep that guy busy. You can't just say, "Hey, Bob, go home." I mean, he's going to go somewhere else then. Hey, I need to have work to pay my bills. Like, you got to keep me busy. So.
Right.
There is no right or wrong, but just keep in mind, leverage is the key to expansion. And at some point, you can't do it all yourself.
Like that, leverage is the key to expansion.
Yes, leverage is the key to turn and churn and earn and burn, baby. and discern and adjourn. It is.
While my stomach burns, we're still doing it.
and after this podcast, I'm sure a lot of our listeners have heartburn.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. They probably. But
can you bebop it up? If we could.
I can.
After this, we'll get some bebop in this.
I'll throw some bars down. I'll drop some bars whenever we get done recording.
Give it a shot.
Guys, gals, I think this was great. Short, sweet, to the point. This one was a good one though. I think this was everybody probably has their own way of doing it, but don't be afraid. Don't be afraid either way. I mean, if there's, like Alex said, there's no real wrong way. Just know what's best for you ultimately. So, Alex, any famous last words today before we head out for this session?
No. Happy hunting for all you flippers out there, investors. Best of luck to you. Go make some money.
There we go. For Alex, for myself, and for everyone else here at Deacon Hoover Real Estate Advisors and MACE Property Management, we thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time.